What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Mets Central podcast. And we're going back to back days doing a little bit of deadline coverage. We said we'd do it, so we're here. As there's a little under an hour at this point until we hit the official deadline. However, things could, of course, leak after. So we'll have to wait and see. And it is bizarre to me that Tommy Pham has not been traded. Vogelback, Raley, all these guys, but we have a lot of interesting things. Of course, the Justin Verlander trade ended up happening today earlier, which we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. I think, though, I'm not even going to go with an intro. I think we're going to jump right into I want to jump into the comments Max Scherzer made because he had a conversation with Ken Rosenthal, and this was what Max Scherzer said. So he said, I talked to Billy. I was like, are we reloading for 2024? He said, no, we're not. Basically, our vision now is for 2025, 2026, 25 at the earliest, more like 26. We're going to be making trades around that. I was like, so the team is not going to be pursuing free agents this offseason or assemble a team that could compete for a World Series next year. He said, no, we're not going to be signing the upper echelon guys. We're going to be on smaller deals within free agency. 24 is looking more like a transition year. So I don't know where to start with that because this could be one of two things. It's either Billy Epler lied to the fans or Billy Epler lied to Max Scherzer here because he either said to Max Scherzer that he's going to end up having the team sell off because of the fact that he wants him out of here and he wants to get an asset for him. So it could have been that. But of course, he told the fans that they're going to try to turn it around right away and contend. But I'm leaning more towards what Max Scherzer said being the truth because you don't trade both Scherzer and Verlander if you have intentions of turning things around again next year and contending. You just don't do that. Sure, maybe they'll only punt next year and be back in 2025, but I think he's telling the truth. I think this is going to be a 3-year type deal, and they're not going to be back to trying to contend until at least 2026. And even then, I think Epler's wrong. I think that's the earliest. I think 2027, 2028 is more of a realistic window.
Yeah, depending on how all the prospects come out. But I also think that both statements that Epler made, both to Scherzer and to the fans, could be true at the same time because, it's on a season-to-season basis. I don't think anybody thought the 2015 Mets were going to do shit, and they ended up going to the World Series.
No.
So I think it's on a season-to-season basis, and I just think both things can be true at the same time. And I think this is not something that we could just outright say this is going to happen here, when, why, and how. And if things work out, they work out. If they don't, they don't. And we'll see what happens next season. I definitely think the non-pursuit of upper echelon free agents things, I believe that. I definitely think it's going to be a lot of just filling out the team with lower tier guys that you sign on 1 year, quote unquote, sweetheart deals. And then if the team doesn't work out, you're not performing, you flip them at the deadline and you get what you get.
Yeah, and obviously for a lot of Met fans, it was bad news to hear that because of the fact that probably means that Ohtani is not going to be pursued by the Mets, which we talked yesterday about how they're I really didn't believe that they were going to I didn't believe they were going to pursue Ohtani. Like, that's what I was talking about yesterday, and I truly don't believe they're going to. And Max Scherzer's statement backs that up. The only thing I will say is I find it odd, and I don't really know if I like that Max Scherzer leaked that whole conversation that he had with Epler. I think that's a bit odd, and I think that's more of just him taking things personally there, that the Mets wanted to move on from him and everything, which I get that he's pissed off, but at the same time, part of this is your fault, Max. Like, I don't know why you have the nerve to open your mouth like that when you were a big part of the problem here this year.
I agree 100%.
But we'll see. we'll see what happens. Apparently, Scherzer also talked to DeGrom, so
Really now?
yeah, there. I don't know. Well, you were driving, so you definitely didn't see it. But I sent in the group chat that Scherzer talked with DeGrom about the Rangers, and he said DeGrom's words made it easier to put trust in the Rangers' vision. So
Maybe DeGrom and Scherzer are buddies after all.
yeah, I guess so. But so I really want to know. I'm really curious now because DeGrom said there was like a reason that he would say later on, like after his career, why he left the Mets, like why he truly left the Mets instead of just because of money. So I'm very curious because I always felt all along that, and it was just a guess from me, is that he was kind of mad that Scherzer stepped in and kind of just took over as like the face and the ace of the team. So I was just that was my guess, but clearly that's not the case. And man, do I owe DeGrom an apology because I ripped him the shreds for thinking he had a better chance to win in Texas than with this team. But man, he saw something we didn't.
He must know something, and I wonder where the issues start.
Yeah, this is deeper than we're even like talking about. Yeah. This is way deeper than just DeGrom saying words and Scherzer saying words. There's a lot more to this, and I'm really curious to hear what DeGrom says if he does end up opening up about it and truly does when he ends up retiring, which I hope he does, because I'm really curious to hear what went down and why, what he knew that we didn't, because there's clearly something.
Yeah, there's a beach. I mean, I'm sorry. There's levels to this.
Yeah, like Giannis said, there's 2 more levels to be unlocked here, so
yes,
we have to wait and see. Lindor talked. Let's see what he said. I signed up here to be in a winning franchise, and they're trying to do whatever it takes to be a sustainable winning franchise. I'm on board. I get on Lindor a lot, but I'm glad that he's at least.
Yeah, he wants to stick around and see it through.
I'm glad he's on board with it, and he's actually okay with the Mets seeing this through.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. It sucks, dude. I mean, it really. I mean, like I alluded to yesterday, but we had such hopeful expectations going into this season, and it's just we've been shit on the entire time.
Yeah, it's just sad, like what the false hope was last year, because like I said in the group chat, I don't know if you saw, but I really like, now that we're here, I wish that they didn't win 101 games last year. Like,
me too.
As fun as it was, could you imagine what they could have got for Diaz last year? Could you imagine what they could have got for Nimmo last year? For DeGrom, for Marte, for all of these guys? Imagine what they could have got for all these guys. Yep. Maybe instead they're getting prospects for JD Davis. I don't know.
Right.
But regardless, I just wish now they didn't win those games last year and they sucked going into the deadline last year, because we'd be already a year ahead of schedule here of this retool/rebuild, whatever you want to constitute it as. But yeah, I mean, either way, I'm very happy with where the prospect pool is at today versus where it was just a week ago.
Getting better.
1,000%, which we'll get into who they got in the Verlander trade. But I want to talk about a couple other trades that transpired. Apparently, the White Sox are getting Luis Patino from the Rays for cash, which is an interesting little move. So the White Sox getting a nice young arm. There you go. The Astros announced also that they acquired Verlander. They just announced it.
Did they give how much cash the Mets gave to him?
Yeah, it's an absurd amount. I'll tell you if I could find that again. But yeah, they ate a very good amount of money. Let's see if I could find the tweet. I think it was Why can't I find the tweet? I think, what was it,
Was it
Bob
over half?
Nightingale? I think it was Bob Nightingale that said it. Let me see. Um, Here it is. They're sending the Astros about $54 million in the trade. If Verlander's $35 million option in 2025 becomes vested, Verlander's owed about $93 million, meaning the Astros would pay Verlander about $29 million.
So we're paying over 50% of what he's still due.
Yes.
And we got 2 prospects.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's true that he'd only go to the Astros, fine. But if that's not true, a little disappointed that 2 aces got us 3 prospects.
Yeah, well, that's what I was reiterating when I was talking on in my Justin Verlander trade video, is that if he only wanted to go to the Astros, which it looks like he did, then fine. But at the same time, I'm also still feeling mixed because it's like they could have waited another year then to move him and maybe see if he would change his mind, whether it's in the off season or whether it's next year's trade deadline. But at the same time, too, would Verlander's value plummet more if you kept them around? So who knows?
It makes you wonder. I don't know, dude. The whole situation with both Verlander and Scherzer is just very, 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 very confusing.
Yeah,
Really
it
not
is.
get much. I mean, considering we're collectively paying them both just retarded amounts of money, it makes me wonder what we missed and their value and why it's so low and how Savali maybe didn't get more than what we got for Verlander, fair, but maybe got more than what we got for Scherzer. Possibly. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth by saying that, but possibly more.
Yeah, I mean, we'll obviously wait and see what the prospect becomes there, but it just the Verlander trade bothers me more because of the fact that he's the best pitcher on the market.
Yes. By a lot.
Yeah, he's easily the best pitcher on the market. And I just feel 2 prospects still is underwhelming. Like, even if he was only willing to go to the Astros, I feel like the Mets should have been hanging over the Astros. Okay, you should have paid him in the offseason.
Right.
So if you want him back, give us another prospect.
Right.
And considering that the report last night, like, this is what I keep saying that pisses me off. How was it that the report last night is that the framework, which means the headlines of the deal, were going to be a top pitching prospect and a top hitting prospect, which means it was going to be that plus more. And now we end up with 2 hitting prospects. To me, that's still
2 outfielders at that.
Yeah, to me that's bizarre. Although apparently, what's his name? I already forgetting. It was Gilbert and what was the other one's name? I don't know why I'm forgetting.
The 20-year-old.
Why am I forgetting his name? Gilbert and Clifford.
Yes.
Yeah, Clifford apparently plays a bit of first base, which if the Mets are punting the next few seasons, it does pose the question if it's going to be worth paying Pete Alonso and if they should move him. And for me, I think that if the Mets are truly going to commit to a rebuild, then just pull the plug and just move Pete. Pull the plug and get it done, because I don't understand the point in keeping him around and paying him if you're going to not be contending for another few years, because at that point he's just going to be older and you're losing out on his prime years. Just get what you can for him at his max value.
I always wondered, even before we started selling, if Alonso would have walked to go to Tampa Bay, where he's from anyways. So that kind of adds to that.
You cut
cut
out
out there
there.
for a second. So
Yeah.
Right, Alonso. So I had a sneaky suspicion he might leave to go to Tampa Bay anyways, where he's from. For in terms of trade value, at the very least, it doesn't hurt to explore it. What did Juan Soto get? And what did he get? Prospects number 1, 2, 4, and 8. I forget what the ranking.
I'll double check that,
Prospects.
but I believe you're correct on that one. It was 1, 2, 4, and 11.
Okay, so Alonso is definitely not going to get that much. But is it unrealistic to say he gets 3 of those, like whether it's 2, 4, 11 or 1, 4, 11, or or any combination of that? Like, I don't think that's unrealistic, especially because Alonso's got what this year, the end of this year, then 2 more years of control, correct? Or this year and 1 more year of control.
Wait, repeat that again. Sorry, I was also typing as and
No, you're
replying to
good.
something as you were saying that.
Alonso's years of control. It's the end of this year, next year, and the year after, or just this year and next.
Just this year next.
Okay, so it's like a year and a half rental if the team's not going to sign him, or a year and a half of control plus an extension after that. So you could still get really good value out of Alonso. I'm sure you could probably get someone's 1-4-11. That might be a little steep, but I don't know. I don't know. I definitely think if you're trading Alonso, you're getting 2 in the top 5 and definitely another one in the top 15.
Yeah, you have to.
If you're just going by raw numbers.
You absolutely have to.
I just don't know who's in dire need of a first baseman right now that'd be willing to pay that.
I mean, teams are always starving for power bats. That's really the main thing with Alonso, is that it's going to be more about a team being starving for a power bat more
Right, for
than
like a DH maybe.
right. Not even just a DH, but just like because he could still play a solid first base. Not the best,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have to get a pitching prospect in return for Alonso, like a legit good pitching prospect if they move Alonso. Because how do you rebuild but not get any pitching prospects at all?
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
You cut out again.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know why that keeps cutting out. I can't wait to get off my phone. I'm like 20 minutes from, probably less than 20, hopefully less than 20 minutes now from home. But yeah, I don't understand what. Are there any updates on Pham or Raleigh?
Not
Or
that I've
Ottavino?
seen. I don't think Raley's going to be moved or Ottavino when they really should, but Pham will probably be moved.
Good. I don't know why they wouldn't trade Raleigh. Like
Well, we do have a little bit of an update with Pham.
Hit me.
Mike Puma said Pham poked his head into the manager's office and left the clubhouse in street clothes. No word yet that he's been traded, but the signs point that way. So,
all right. I don't know why they wouldn't trade anyone that's expiring or is over the age of 30. They should all be at least options to be shopped.
yeah. I completely agree, and it's just tough. Like, I really wonder if they're even gonna, like, if they're not gonna contend for that long. Truly, I wonder if they're going to shop even guys that are on a little bit of longer term deals.
It doesn't hurt to investigate. Just because you talk to a team doesn't mean you have to make a move. I think they should at the very least be doing their homework.
Nice insider buzzword with doing their homework.
I thought you'd like that.
They're continuing to study their options.
Right. There. Yeah, they got the textbooks open right now.
Yep, fucking
Finally.
face in it.
Jesus Christ.
Continue
Dude, but
to study.
there's still an avenue to be taken right now where the Mets could look to take shitty contracts from teams. Like, why are we not exploring that? If we're truly going to suck and we just need bodies, why not get prospects for those bodies?
Because it seems like at this point, Steve Cohen's not really, like, he doesn't seem thrilled about spending a lot of money.
Like, I don't. $17 million to a person who has $1 billion is like $17,000 to someone who has $1 million. So, like, why are we acting like this is like, why can't we just do the thing?
I would not be against it, but at the same time, maybe they will do it, considering the fact that they're eating so much money.
Yeah,
on these players. So I don't know.
we should. It'd be a mistake not to.
I agree.
Like, I wonder how much Washington would pay to get Strasburg and Corbin off their fucking team. Like, I genuinely wonder how much they would pay. Would they give up a top 10 prospect and something else? I mean, you're talking like 50-something sheets from what I understand, an owner who's not super affluent. I could be wrong on that. But I just don't remember the Nationals ever really having a super big payroll.
No. Not at all. They just refuse to. But I'm getting like distracted here with Twitter too. I really don't think anyone else is getting moved but Fam today at this point. Which is so dumb. Like, I don't understand how they're gonna go this deadline without moving Vogel back. Like, how do you not move
No
him?
one's willing to trade for him.
What did you say?
Probably because no one's willing to trade for him.
Yeah. I guess, but there's got to be some team that wants him. Like,
someone will be dumb enough to trade for him, I'm sure. Yeah, dude, even if it's like someone's like, even if it's an unranked prospect or two, like, you got to take what you can get for players that are just useless to what you're trying to do right now.
I don't understand all these people that are saying the Mets have to get Ohtani next offseason now. He's not going to come here.
No, he's not.
There's not a shot.
Which pretty much makes Epler's position useless, considering that was like one of the big reasons he was here, I assume.
Yeah, 100%. Which, again, I can't fault the Mets for... I can't fault them at all for bringing him in thinking, okay, they'll be contending by then. Like, they didn't know this was going to happen, but...
No. Well, especially considering, like, the roster from this year to last year is really not all that different outside of Verlander, DeGrom. Just, like, everybody underperformed, minus, like, Nimmo and Peterson. The whole roster just fucking fell apart. Like, the team has just been cold for, like, 4 months now.
Yeah. Wait, you said who? Nimmo and who?
Robertson.
I thought you said Peterson. I was gonna say David Peterson has not been good.
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't know. It just sucks that, like, it felt like no one ever really like, Alonso was hot at the beginning of the year, but he's been just kind of like mess since he got hurt. I still wonder if maybe Pete was rushed back and it never fully healed, because the way he was playing earlier this season is significantly different to where he's at now.
Yeah, I think that he's definitely... I don't know, though. Like, the injury, excuse. The only problem I have with it is that he's been off the IL for like what 2 months now. Like at this point, it's got to be healed, and he's still playing this inconsistent.
Yeah, I don't know. I I never want to question someone else's health, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But this is freaking unreal that the Yankees have not done anything at all.
They haven't bought or sold.
Nope. I have no idea what they're doing. I want to look at a couple of trades that have happened, although it's going to be annoying to try and do that because my freaking keyboard is at like 2%. That's the only thing that sucks about a wireless keyboard here. And then my phone's also charging, so I can't win here. But let's see some of the trades that have happened. Jeff Passan tweeted that the Texas Rangers acquire Austin Hedges. Yeah, I mean, I remember him supposedly being like one of the headliners in a Noah Syndergaard deal at one point. So, good for Austin Hedges for still being in the league. Congratulations on going to a winning team, but that's a weird pickup. The Dodgers and Tigers had a trade in place for Eduardo Rodriguez, but Rodriguez... Wait, what?
What?
Eduardo Rodriguez turned down getting traded to the Dodgers?
Hey, yo, what?
Why would you rather play for the Detroit Tigers?
Maybe he's got ops in LA.
That's all it could be. Like, how? I'm so... Wow.
That's kind of bizarre.
That is bizarre. Jeez. Everyone's already freaking planning to head the City Field for Verlander for Scherzer's return to boo the fuck out of him.
When is that?
That's at the end of August.
Oh God.
I would be there, but I cannot be there.
We will not be there.
We will not be there. He's gonna get the boos are gonna be brutal for him. He's gonna get.
You know what though? Like I wish they wouldn't boo him because even though Scherzer did underperform, you got to give him credit. Like he really was passionate about being here and wanting to win and being part of the solution. He might not have been at the end of the day. I don't know. I don't understand why anyone would boo. Hey, you're gonna fault the guy for taking money for getting overpaid? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm 50-50. Like, I'm pissed off with some of his comments. Like, I don't like the fact that he just leaked his conversation with Epler. I don't like some of the things that he said. I don't like the pitch calm excuses that he made time and time again. But I will say that he definitely changed the culture for the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whether you disagree with that or not, it is the truth. He did change the culture. He's the reason that free agents started to come here, because without Scherzer coming here, they don't get some of the free agents they did last year. They don't get some of the free agents they got the year before. He was a huge reason as to why guys wanted to actually play for this team.
Yeah.
So, and I know he sucked in big games and everything too, but I don't know. I just simply... I am fine with fans booing him, but I don't think he should get... He's gonna get freaking rained with boos badly. And I'm not gonna be too mad because at least he waived his no trade clause and he was actually okay with the Mets switching directions and going where they need to, because he easily could have been like, no, I'm staying here. Yep. And the Mets wouldn't have got anything for him. So I'm glad they at least got something. So I can appreciate Scherzer for that, but the way that fans are talking on Twitter, it's going to be an ugly return for him if he pitches any of those games.
But then, shoot the organization the foot by doing that, because what does that tell another big free agent? Oh, if I play bad for a year and a half and they consider me overpaid and I get traded, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to get that and the other thing? It's no wonder no one ever wants to fucking play in New York because of the stupidity that happens with the fucking fans, dude. I'm sorry. Like, if you're a superstar athlete, are you going to go to a place that's going to overpay you and you're not going to get booed, or a place that's going to overpay you? You have one bad game and then you're guaranteed boos. Oh, we need to trade this bum and get fucking shit on online. I'm sorry. They're still human beings at the end of the day, and these human beings do have feelings and they will feel a certain way. I know people say, "Oh, grow up, you're a multimillionaire." They could be whatever the fuck they want. They're still human beings, and they're still gonna. These are still conscious decisions that they're gonna make.
Yeah, I agree that people are definitely too harsh. Like I've always said that you could boo, you could like criticize a athlete for how they play, but it's another thing to be like overreactionary, and then especially when you start like the people that piss me off the most are the people that like threaten them and their families and stuff. Like
Right.
that's so fucking out of line, and it just pisses me off. But yeah, he's gonna get. I genuinely think people are gonna try to throw things at him when he's walking off the mound if he pitches
Ooh, that would
at
be a
Citi
bad
Field.
look. That would be an even worse look.
Oh, it would be a bad look. Yeah, I'm not advocating for it. I don't want it to happen. I genuinely think that it's gonna happen though.
When it rains, it pours.
Or somebody's burning a Scherzer jersey in the parking lot before the game. Somebody's throwing a Scherzer jersey on the field. This is gonna be, dude. It's gonna be freaking chaotic. That game's gonna be bonkers if he pitches at Citi Field. It's gonna be wild. Like the amount that fans hate him right now.
I don't understand why the hate. Like, he could have been a dick, not waived his no trade clause, and stayed here and continued to just fucking, curb the Mets rebuild. But like, he did his part. He literally said he didn't want to leave, and he up and left. Like, I don't understand like how much more you could hit the guy. It's gone. This is the hand you were dealt. This is what happened. Just fucking get over it, dude. God
Yeah,
damn,
seriously.
you got a good prospect for him. And yeah, do you want more? Sure, but blame the fucking GM, not the player.
This is what pisses me off about New York fans, because this is what they were said after John Tavares left and like all these other guys. They're like, oh, well, at least if they were traded or said that they wanted to be traded and were okay with being traded, we wouldn't boo them because we'd appreciate them helping out the team getting assets. But then when athletes do that here in New York, they still get hate and they still get booed. It's like,
right.
They can't fucking win. They can't win.
It's like, pick a fucking lane and stay in it. Shit is so fucking frustrating. All right, I just got home now. I'm gonna call Grace and see if she made it to Pennsylvania, and then I'm gonna hop on the stream on my computer.
All right, sounds good. See you in a bit.
Yep.
All right, I have to get this off the screen for now. I'll hold down the fort, obviously, for now until CJeths is back on. But yeah, what's going on? Yamamoto in chat. Epler, the Japan baseball whisperer. Yep. Hopefully he brings Yamamoto over. I blame the season on Edwin Diaz, World Baseball Classic fiasco. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I'm not getting on him for that. He's an athlete. He wants to compete in it. And if his knee got hurt from a celebration, come on. His knee was already cooked. It wasn't going to go well either way. But, oh, wait, was there a trade? Wow, Tommy Pham to the D-backs. Tommy Pham to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here it is. All right. Let's see what their prospect rankings look like. Yep, fam to the Diamondbacks. Yep. Let's check out their prospect pool and see what could be a solid piece for the Mets to maybe get. You're probably looking at a lower prospect down in like the 15, like 15 and below on that one. So I don't know if I'm gonna speculate, but who is this Justin Martinez guy? I wouldn't hate this pickup. I would not hate that. Carlos Vargas. Yeah, maybe stay away from that guy. Another Vargas. Dylan Ray. I mean, there's a couple good prospects. The Diamondbacks have a deep system, so this could be a nice little return here. Jeremy Rodriguez is the return. Jeremy Rodriguez. Where is he? Jeremy Rodriguez. What? Who is he not in the top 30? That's bizarre. Wow, the Orioles are getting Jack Flaherty. There's the starting pitcher. What? A 17-year-old shortstop. Wow. 17 years old. I gotta do some research on this guy. I've literally not once in my life heard about this guy. What's his name? Jeremy Rodriguez. How is this guy doing? Let's see. In rookie ball, he is not even doing that impressive. That's a little underwhelming. How'd they get a better return from Mark Hanna? That's an interesting one to me. That's so bizarre. I'm a little confused though on that one. So this is interesting. I'm confused on how they got a better prospect for Canna, but maybe he will be in the Mets top 30. Oh wow, they updated on Pipeline the Mets prospect rankings, and it looks beautiful. Oh, this top 10 is so beautiful. Ziegler and Vasile pushed out of it. This is beautiful to look at. Let's see if there's any more trades up for the Mets. We will see. Yeah, thank you, John Heyman, for reporting late. So I just bang out my TikTok video real quick for this one, for this fam trade. I'm going to bang this out quickly on TikTok here. I'm going to take the headphones off for this one. All right, so the New York Mets continue their selling as Tommy Pham is headed to the Arizona Diamondbacks in exchange for young shortstop prospect Jeremy Rodriguez. He is a 17-year-old guy. I messed that up. I got to redo it. You get to see the retakes here, everyone in the live chat. All right, so the Mets continue their fire sale as Tommy Pham is on his way to the Arizona Diamondbacks in exchange for Jeremy Rodriguez, a 17-year-old shortstop prospect. Tommy Pham, it was a good run. He was only here for half a year. It is what it is. We kind of knew that this was coming at some point, and they get it done right before the deadline expires. We'll see if there's any more moves, any small moves that the Mets will make here, because things, of course, could leak after the deadline. But I'm happy with this trade. It's better to get something than nothing for Pham. So it is what it is. Would have liked, obviously, a pitching prospect, considering the Mets need a pitching prospect. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So I'm good with it. And then for the Diamondbacks, you get yourself a nice little corner outfielder to help you with your contending and your World Series potentially aspirations. I don't know if they're there yet, but they could definitely make a good playoff push this year. And Tommy Pham only helps and makes them better. So we will see how the Diamondbacks do. We will see how this prospect does from the Mets. But I'm currently live on YouTube doing trade deadline coverage. Link is in my bio if you want to tune into that. So be there. Let's go, Mets. All right, bang that out quickly. We got 2 more minutes until the deadline, but again, things could leak, of course. All right. Let's see what else is going on. I gotta use my phone for this. I think the Yankees made a trade just now, though. I saw that. Wow, they're getting a relief pitcher. Wow. That's the Yankees might have a very underwhelming deadline. And yeah, fans are not going to appreciate that. Yankee fans, that is. Dylan Cease will not be traded, according to Bob Nightingale. We got 1 minute here until the official deadline here, but we will see. And it is 6 o'clock. All right. It is 6 o'clock. Pencils down. And we will see what ends up coming from this. All right. I apologize for getting a bit distracted there because I'm trying to look at my phone while also talking to you guys, obviously. It's harder to do without CJeths here right now. So I'm just working to see. Mets were talking about a trade that involved Dominic Leone's 6 p.m. approach. I hope that goes through last minute. If they get anything for Dominic Leone, that'd be freaking great. Yes! Yes! Dominic Leone's gone! Will Salmon. Dominic Leone's traded. They got something for Dominic Leone. Oh, that's freaking great. How did we get an asset for Dominic Leone? I cannot believe the Mets found a taker for Dominic Leone. That's actually kind of funny. Did you just see what I said in the group chat?
No, what happened?
The Mets found a taker for Dominic Leone. Fucking unreal.
What?
Yeah, Dominic Leone to the Angels.
There's no way anyone give assets, right? Was it like future considerations?
We'll see, but no, it's a player to be named later in the MLB.
That's amazing. That is shocking.
I cannot. The Yankees and Red Sox both doing nothing surprises me.
Fuck them both.
Yeah. But we'll see, of course, if anything leaks, because there were rumors that the Mets were trying to sell off Ottavino and Raley last minute. We'll see if anything comes through with that.
I'm giving it till 6:30, then I'm going to take a friggin' nap. I'm exhausted. Oh, Jack Flaherty got traded. That's a smart trade for the Orioles, right? Because Flaherty's got is he on his last year of control, or he's got one more year of control?
I think he's done after this year.
No, either way, he's still pretty young, like 26, 27. Good for the Orioles. I'm glad they're buying. They should buy Ottavino and Raleigh too.
They should have bought Verlander.
Yes, fucking Jesus, I know.
But at the same time, again, I still think he only wanted to be in Houston, so I cannot believe though some of these teams literally did nothing today.
Someone traded for Dominic Leone. Who even answers the phone and says Leone and doesn't get laughed at?
Yeah, I don't understand, but I'm here for it. We will be there.
Dude, I forgot he was on the fucking team and someone traded for him.
Yep. Frickin' Angels. That's a vintage Angels move right there. Tigers did not trade Rodriguez. That's brutal. Cease was not traded. Flaherty was traded. The Yankees acquired Middleton. Cool. They acquired a relief pitcher and did literally nothing else. Pham, of course, to the Diamondbacks. Hedges to the Rangers. Lorenzen went to the Phillies earlier in the day. And then, of course, the Verlander trade, which we didn't even talk about. Did you see the pipeline update, the rankings for the Mets with Gilbert and Clifford?
No, I didn't.
Where do you think they're ranked?
Gilbert, all right, so Acuna, Parada, Mauricio. 4?
Yep, right on with that. What about Clifford?
11?
No, 6.
Wow.
The top 10 looks a whole lot better right now. The top 10 now has Parada, Acuna, Mauricio, Gilbert, Williams, Clifford, Ramirez, Tidwell, Vargas, Hamill in it.
So pretty much everyone we acquired is in our immediate top 10.
Yes, pretty much.
It's impressive that we did that, but it's even more sad that is just how bad our farm is.
Exactly, and I wonder. Again, this sucks that we don't get the midseason rankings, and we'd have to pay to see that. Hopefully, someone will leak Baseball America's midseason rankings after the deadline here, but because Scott would probably jump up the list. Justin Jarvis was 13th when they acquired him. He moved down to 15th with the acquisitions of Gilbert and Clifford.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked if this Jeremy Rodriguez kid's in the top 30 for the Mets. They got Jermaine Jackson for Dominic Leone. I have never heard of this guy, but I will
look him up.
Do research. But again, you get something for Dominic Leone.
He's probably if he's a top 30 prospect, and we got a top 30 prospect for Leone and not Pham. I don't know what to think.
I thought for a second I was so confused. I read that as Jermaine Johnson. I was like, the freaking football player. Well, Joel Sherman had a little uh-oh with it. That's why.
He spelled the name wrong.
Yeah, it's not Jermaine Jackson. It's Jeremiah Jackson.
Oh.
Let's see. 23-year-old shortstop, second base, third baseman. So not a pitcher.
Utility guy.
Again. He's in Double-A and not bad. Not bad at all, actually.
What is he ranked?
What? He's the Angels' 9th ranked prospect? What?
This is. I'm just never gonna question a baseball trade ever again. I don't. What do we send them $100
Wait,
million?
another Mets trade.
Okay, hit me.
Mets are acquiring pitchers Phil Bickford and Adam Kolarek from the Dodgers. I don't know yet.
Nice. I love how we know the prospects about the player.
I'm guessing for Raleigh if I had to guess. Although, are those guys prospects? How did we get the Angels' 9th ranked prospect for Dominic Leone?
Do the Angels have a shit system or something?
They do, but like
Must have held a gun to their head or something.
a Nerf gun, a Nerf gun, a Nerf gun, a Nerf gun.
A Nerf gun. With not even with darts in it, nothing in it, just air.
I cannot believe we got the freaking Angels' 9th ranked prospect. For fucking Dominic Leone. How did we get a better prospect for Dominic Leone? Marlins get Josh Bell. Look at them. Josh Bell is one deadline away from being the new blunt of the league.
Seriously.
He's gonna fill out the fucking grid easily. He's the answer to every grid question. But who did the Mets get for?
See, I have no idea.
Who did they trade to get?
Who's Bickford and Caloric? Are those prospects or those MLB pitchers?
I think Bickford's on the big league club.
Oh god! So
Wow, Garrett Cooper on the move, going back for Josh Bell. Ken Rosenthal had another there. He thought Josh Bell was still on the Padres.
Oh, Jesus.
So who did we? Phil Bickford. He was recently, he was DFA'd recently. So just an arm to fill out for the rest of the season. Clearly, that they're taking a flyer on. He's 28 years old. Right-handed.
Literally just bodies.
Yeah, basically, I need to see this other guy that they got. And Adam, what's his name? And then this guy that they got is another big league arm. He's 34 though.
Yeah, this is just bodies. That's all that is. I guess they didn't feel comfortable with anybody in the system.
He's actually not awful. He's not a bad relief pitcher, honestly. The lefty that they got.
A body's a body.
Adam Kolarek.
I mean, I don't know.
They think Bickford might have some upside still, so I mean, it doesn't hurt.
No, it does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah.
I'm fine with taking flyers. They literally got them just for cash considerations.
All right, so they probably sent him a schmill.
I cannot believe the Mets actually got a good prospect for Dominic Leone.
Isn't that amazing?
Baseball's weird. Tommy Pham gets a guy outside the top 30.
It doesn't make sense.
That's unreal.
I'd ask you to make it make sense, but I have a headache.
He was a second-round pick, the guy that they got from the Angels at one point. Not that that matters as much with baseball, but
No.
um, still, I mean, you got a versatility guy. He's not doing bad in Double-A right now. He's got a 248 average, 321 on base, 447 slugging, 768 OPS, 15 home runs, 15 doubles, 56 RBIs. This is in
Damn.
82 games.
That's not bad at all.
21 stolen bags too. Dude's a speed demon.
Can respect it.
I'm very happy with this. Apparently, the lefty that the Mets got, Adam Kolarek, he's I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but we'll go with it. He was a 11th round pick by the Mets in 2010.
So they reacquired a guy essentially.
Yeah, so like they did with Carlos Gomez at one point. Yeah. Okay, that's where the confusion was from Ken Rosenthal. Garrett Cooper and Sean Reynolds are going to the Padres for Ryan Weathers. So what did the Guardians get for Josh Bell? Wow, so the Guardians... What?
Talk to me.
The Guardians got Khalil Watson for Josh Bell?
Baseball.
Isn't he like a top prospect for the Marlins, or am I crazy?
It's not a name I'm familiar with, so I'll pretend I'm shocked for a minute.
I've heard his name before. I could have swore this. He's the 12th ranked prospect for them. Yeah, 20 years old. He was a first round pick. That's why I've heard of him.
There you go.
Wow, that's a steep price. I guess because they're taking on Gene Segura too.
So it's a money move too, on top of.
Yeah, that's probably why, because they're taking Gene Segura on. Dodgers acquired Ryan Yarbrough from the Royals, so that's their pitching acquisition. This deadline's weird.
Just baseball in general is just kind of weird.
Steve Cohen is on his way to KC to visit with the club. Oh, the Red Sox did make a trade. Luis Urias from the Brewers is going there. That's a weird move, but sure. I don't know what Steve Cohen's gonna do or say to the team.
I to tell you the truth, I couldn't even guess. I'm sure. I don't know. Actually, it definitely ain't positive.
I mean, unless he's just telling them the direction of the team now. Who knows?
Yeah, you're saying like a State of the Union type deal.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. With where we're at, I mean, you might as well. Oh shit.
I'm very happy with this deadline for the Mets, though. I will say that.
Listen, we did what we set out to do. We sold.
Yeah, they did their job, and I'm just confused by the value of certain guys, like Dominic Leone being valued that much. I'm shocked. I'm shocked by some of the moves. Like,
Not that we won't take it, of course.
No, I'm definitely okay with it, but more than okay with it. But I'm just a little confused as to how they didn't get a better prospect for Tommy Pham. But that's something else. Met fans are pissed off with the guy that they got for Leon because he's a shortstop. He plays shortstop too. Jesus Christ, these people.
There's no winning, bro.
Nope. I don't understand why they can't just realize that one, these guys can move positions. Two, whatever. It's just I can't be too mad because like Jolly Olive tweeted and I quote tweeted it. Met fans are just not accustomed to a rebuild being done properly.
No, we're not.
We're not accustomed to it, and these fans just don't understand how rebuilds work. Like if you look at all the top prospects and organizations, they're all shortstop, second baseman, catchers, or center fielders. That's just how
Right.
this works. It's all up the middle, guys. I couldn't be any happier though with this.
Gotta do what you got. I'm a little upset that they didn't trade Rayleigh or Ottavino, or at least we're not aware if they did yet. But we did what we set out to do.
I am not upset about that personally, and the only reason why I'm not mad about that or upset is because they have next year to do that. Because
Right, yeah, right, because we have another year of them, right?
yeah, so it's not the end all be all. If those guys had 1 year left, obviously that would be a different story, and I'd be upset. But I think their logic with why they're maybe holding on to Rayleigh right now is because they figure he's going to just be the closer next year, and that will build his value up more if he could prove he closes out games. So they're kind of banking a bit too on him to be a good enough closer next year, so they could really build that value up and get more potentially. But with how thin the market got with relief pitchers quickly, I'm surprised they didn't deal him. I will say that.
Yeah, I don't know how a team didn't come knocking for him.
I'm sure teams were knocking, but the Mets were probably stubborn.
God, I hope not. We're not really in a position to be stubborn.
Scott Barlow to the Padres. That's a pretty sizable move there. Padres, who claim to be buyers for whatever reason, outside of them getting Dick Mountain, they get another closer, despite them having the best closer in the sport. But sure,
Why not, right? Fucking.
add to your bullpen, sure, but they did not address their lineup one bit, which needed help. So I don't understand. They got G-Man Choi. That's not moving the needle for your lineup. Like I don't understand them.
Forgot he existed too. Dude, I still can't believe we got anything for Dominic Leone, let alone their number 9. It just blows my mind.
Are you kidding me?
Hit me.
How has Ronnie Mauricio not been called up after all this?
Yeah, I just saw DeComo's tweet. Ortega, Curtis, Perez. And
Why are they carrying 3 catchers?
unless they're
Did
gonna.
Narvaez get moved?
Ooh, I mean, potentially, I guess, but I don't know who would pay for him.
I mean, a team just took Dominic Leone and gave up their
Right.
number 9 prospect, so
That's a good
I wouldn't
point.
be shocked by anything at this point. This is. I don't understand how players are fucking valued these days.
Neither do I, dude.
I definitely didn't have on the bingo card today Dominic Leone being traded for more than Tommy Pham.
Definitely not. Is there anyone saying there's still trades right now sitting in the pipeline, or is this done?
I mean, Barlow's just got traded, and we're 25 minutes beyond the deadline now, so I'm sure that there's still a queue of trades happening right now. I'm really gonna be shocked if the Mets didn't move Narvaez.
We need fucking Woj to cover baseball or hockey or something. Cause I hate waiting for this shit.
The only reliable reporter is Passan, but he's still like, I don't know. We never really get like. I don't think Passan's gonna tweet anything like that. That's the only issue.
Yeah.
Mike Mayer tweeted, Mets traded Escobar, Robertson, Scherzer, Verlander, Pham, Leone, received 4 top 100 MLB prospects, 10 prospects on the for the top 35 in the pipeline. So,
No.
I think though that if I had to guess, the Mets are done for the day.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that Steve Cohen needs to do. He needs to do one thing and one thing only left that I'm asking for this season at the deadline here. And, well, they can't make the trade anymore, probably. So
Definitely not.
they clearly aren't going to get anyone for this guy. They probably never were, even though they could have maybe because of Dominic Leone getting something. But they need to cut Carlos Carrasco.
Yeah, I don't understand how that guy even is playing baseball at any level. He sucks.
Just let some of these prospects come up.
Give someone else a chance.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they did, but I mean, I'm still surprised that Mauricio's not up with the team yet. Maybe he'll just be a September call-up at this point.
Possibly.
I don't get how people are seeing this with the Mets. That like, I don't get how people really think that the Mets are gonna just turn this around and be back in contention next year.
We're so far from contention. It's actually kind of funny.
Like I said, you don't trade Verlander here if you're not contending next year. Like, Met fans need to let go of the fact that this team is not going to be contending next year, and probably not the year after, and maybe not even the year after that too. I get that we're impatient, especially as New York fans, but like,
Nothing if not impatient.
yeah, I think we're the only fans that are like wanting to get behind like a long-term rebuild here.
I mean, something's got to give. It's about damn time the Mets fucking rebuild. It's been 100 years.
Yeah. Not even Niko's not fully in on the rebuild. He wants them to get Ohtani and Yamamoto this offseason and try to turn it back around. I disagree. He thinks that the Mets would be foolish to not sign Ohtani, but
It's an exciting thought. Don't get me wrong. I just don't see
how he fits.
Yeah.
and like why they would do it, because you're trying to lose games at this point. Otani's going to help you win more games.
Right. Right. Right.
Like, are we going to try to just be the Angels and just be mid?
That's a hard pass for me, Elton John.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think Otani's going to
Oh God. What I miss.
the Yankees just traded for Spencer Howard.
Who?
He's a bust guy that was on the Phillies.
I mean, I guess.
Spencer Howard. Oh my God, that was funny.
Fucking Mets.
But yeah, like I was saying, it would be cool to have Ohtani and just to have the best player in baseball on the team, but I just don't see it. I just don't see why he would come here, especially with him probably preferring to be on the West Coast regardless. I just don't see why he'd come here. And then on top of that, it doesn't make sense for Cohen to spend money when it hasn't worked for him. And why it makes sense for the Mets to try to turn this thing around right away. It just doesn't.
It doesn't make any sense.
I just, again, it'd be freaking awesome and cool if they got Ohtani, and I won't be mad if they got him, but I'm not going to be mad also if they don't even pursue him at this point, because it's like, okay, we're trying to rebuild here, and Ohtani obviously, one, helps win games, two, he's probably not even going to be sold on the idea of that.
He's definitely not.
He's definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. Not probably not. Definitely not. Maybe Narvaez is going to be moved because we still haven't. There's still trades coming in.
What's the next move that just got pushed through?
Well, the Spencer Howard deal was 2 minutes ago, so. Tim Healy just tweeted out an update on Edwin Diaz. They're using a data-driven process based largely on his strength, power, and objective testing to make sure we progress appropriately. I mean, at this point, don't bring him back this year.
I don't even know how that's under consideration. I don't even know why that would be a thing.
Yeah, no.
What a stupid. Whatever. Why would I even try?
No, they have to bring him back this year because they need to get fans in the ballpark for those trumpets, you know?
What are we closing? We're not closing shit.
Exactly. There's
nothing that needs saving. What the fuck is he gonna save? First of all, if he's saving games, he's hurting us at this point.
No, they need to bring him back though because he needs to pitch when we're down
5-1
instead of 10-1 in a game.
First of all, I'm sorry. If you're losing a game to the Mets and those fucking trumpets play, you have an issue. Not the Mets, you have an issue. God almighty, man. I'm losing my fucking mind. It is 6:35. I'm
gonna go eat right now, and then I'm gonna bang out TikToks, bang out videos on these trades, and then watch this freaking sad excuse of a team play.
Yep. Just suffer the rest of the season. Hopefully Hopefully, Rayleigh and Narvaez are traded by the next time we talk.
Yeah, hopefully, but if they're not. It is what it is. But we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. And we will see you guys in the next one.